Hi everyone, this is a short video just to say a little bit about my new book, GIS Research Methods, that's recently come out. So I'm Dr. Nick Bierman, and this is a book that's recently come out, and it's an introductory text about GIS. So it's aimed at people who don't know what GIS is, but have heard about this spatial data thing and want to do something interesting with spatial data. So my background, I'm a GIS consultant and trainer with Geospatial Training Solutions, and I'm Data Services Manager at CDRC UCL Geography. The book GIS Research Methods is part of Bloomsbury's Research Methods series. So they've got a whole range of different books on different types of research methods, community studies, quantitative longitudinal analysis, conclusive research, and so on. There's quite a lot out there, and GIS is one of the latest additions to their series. And this series is actually a development of their What Is series. So originally my book was going to be What is GIS? And I really like the title, but the series got renamed, so it's now GIS Research Methods, but the content's identical. So I've got 8 chapters in this book, kind of introducing what is GIS from a kind of social science point of view. And we include John Snow's cholera map, probably the first GIS analysis in 1854, and we talk a bit about citizen science and participatory GIS as well, in terms of how we get more people involved in GIS. We also say a little bit about the history of GIS, why we are where we are, a bit about creating maps, so different types of maps, choropleth maps, inset maps, and so on. And we also do say quite a bit about classification and how we deal with that with choropleth maps, which is vitally important. We also talk a bit about cartography and think about what is the message of your data. And there's quite a few times where you've got this spatial data, but maybe a map is not necessarily the best way of representing it. So do you even need a map? Maybe not. And we also say how to, the importance of things like scale bars and north arrows and legends and so on and so forth. We dip into a little bit of the technical side of GIS. So this is looking at vector data, so points, lines and polygons, and raster data, and also different projections and coordinate systems and why they're important. And we also say a little bit about different types of files. So shapefiles being one of the most common forms of spatial data that you'll come across, but also geopackages, other sorts of files and databases, and APIs as well. We also touch a small amount on spatial data analysis. You know, this is not a book on analysis, it's an introductory book, but we mention very briefly modifiable error unit problem, ecological fallacy, what they are, why they're important, and say a little bit about autocorrelation, spatial autocorrelation as well. And also a tiny bit on different types of spatial overlay analysis. So whether it be unions, flips, buffers, that type of thing, kind of what they are and where they might use them. The book is platform agnostic. It's not designed to plug one particular mapping platform, but I do say a little bit about the different types of platforms out there. So firstly, web mapping, whether it's the Leaflet, Mapbox, Google Maps, OpenStreetMap, desktop GIS systems, QGIS or ArcGIS, and coding GIS as well. So whether that's R or Python or a mixture of the two, or just to flag some resources for that. And then finally, it's very much focused about learning by doing. So there's lots and lots of links to different resources in the book, lots of different practicals, lots of different things you can go. Also, I say a little bit about file management, which is vital with GIS. So make sure you name your files in a consistent way and you can find the data and files you're working with. And a tiny little bit about troubleshooting. So what do you do when things go wrong? Because things will go wrong at some point, but how do you work that out? How do you deal with that? And also a little bit about where do you actually get data from, because data is vital to GIS. So if you're interested in GIS, please do get the book. I can really recommend it. So it's published by Bloomsbury. It's available on their site and various other sites as well. So Amazon, Hive and Blackwell's. Currently it's cheapest on Blackwell's, I think, at $13.99. Bloomsbury do a 30% off offer, which is in the link below. So if you go through that, you'll be able to get it from Bloomsbury for $13.99, including postage. So do check it out. Please do write a review on whatever platform you use or in the comments below, and please do let me know what you think. Thank you very much.